And good morning. Welcome to another episode of Cloud Chats. It is Season 2, Episode 6, Breaches, 0 Days, and Funding Mozilla on this wonderful 31st day of March, last day of March in 2022.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
time should not be allowed to go this fast.
I concur.
It is the end of Q1.
Oh God! Why did you say it like that?
I hope my coworkers have finished all of their assignments.
I have one more day.
You have literally to the end of the day. Yes. And if not, how dare you completely miss an arbitrary deadline that has no actual real world meaning?
That's all of time.
Yeah.
That's
a little deep for 10 o'clock in the morning, but.
I like Untitled Captain is on to us. This is our first 5-host show, so we're all here.
Yes.
This is the entirety of our Dev Advocate team.
Yeah.
Yes.
Plus Matt.
Plus Matt.
And Matt.
We're still trying to lure over.
I blend in.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. There's not enough coding happening on this team to completely lure Matt over. We don't have the right kind of lures.
No, definitely not. My last PR was actually quite funny. It was about 150 lines of shell. So until the advocates team are doing shell stuff,
No.
I think I'm gonna be stuck in engineering.
You're fine. Have fun. Stay there. Don't come over.
I had a visceral reaction at 150 lines of shell.
Yeah. Don't get that on us. That sounds dirty.
I felt my own skin.
I'm gonna go take a shower after Cloud Chat. So what is our hello world for today?
What do we have? It is, what's your best time of day for getting work done? Are you someone that stays up late at night to work? Do you get up early in the morning? Are you all over the place? Let us know in chat. And also, say hi.
Welcome,
Tell us where you're from.
We got St. Lucia.
Swellen from St. Lucia. Oh, Fana from Cambodia. Welcome. Yeah, so say hi and let us know where you're watching from, and then let us know what's the best time for you to work. Avnish, welcome. We've seen you before. Nice to have you back.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I've seen St. Lucia on the stream.
I think so.
We should start a list somewhere and keep track of these things.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that.
You can come over to the team and build that.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome everyone. Global audience, as always. Love seeing it. Favorite time of day not favorite time, best time of day to get work done. I used to have an answer, and now that I have a kid, it's changed.
Oh, I bet. What did it used to be for you, Chris?
I do like energy management instead of time management. So best energy is around 7 a.m. and around 7 p.m. Everything in between is kind of like zombie Chris. But now the mornings are anything I can get done with one hand. So Wordle, Nerdle, Quordle, Septurtle, Octortle.
Cocoa melon.
Yeah, Avnish knows. No cocoa melon yet.
Crispy wordling.
I'm terrified.
All right, Chris, are you telling me you're not excited to watch the same episode of one TV show on infinite repeat for at least 3.5 years?
I've been to
Why are you saying things? Some of us are living that life, man.
I am also living that life. All right, so it used to be in the morning. You used to think about like your energy as opposed to time, but now it's like how many hands do you have available while you're awake?
Yeah, and now it's like force energy at any time you can get it. So
yeah.
But you get used to it.
Amy's a parent. Amy knows.
I have 2, so my time is whenever the sound management is at a reasonable level, like right now, because they're on spring break and they are kind of sort of in this room. So they're quiet.
For now. We'll see if we can maintain quiet for an hour.
Oh, God.
Well, we're 5 minutes done, so progress.
Yeah.
What have we got in chat? Let's see. Swellen saying late at night and then early in the morning as well, when it's cool and quiet. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I love doing late night
Avnish.
coding, except I don't go back to sleep.
Yeah, I had to stop that too.
Oh yeah, I can get wound up if I'm working on something kind of exciting at night. I like Avnish the most productive in the morning because no one is there to disturb.
Truth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. If I code at night, I end up looking like what's that show? That recent chess show where she's like laying in bed and she just sees chess pieces on the...
The Queen's Gambit.
Yes.
I don't code at night. Very rarely will I ever code at night. Usually after a certain amount, I'm like, no more code for today. But early mornings really got to be my thing. Like I've gotten to the point now where if I wake up, I just get up. Like if I wake up to like go to the restroom or anything like at 5 o'clock in the morning, I don't go back to sleep. I'm like, nope, I'm up. My body said it's time to get up. Let's actually be productive. And there's very rarely anyone ever on Slack at that time. So I can actually get real work done.
What's really funny is that even I'm probably not on Slack at that point nowadays.
No, but I just have to go check DigitalOcean's Twitter to know if you're asleep or not.
Yeah, Matt, you're like done with everything. University and
Yeah, I'm full time now, so it's I don't know.
you just like
Full
sleep.
adult working life. It's weird.
How's all the free time? Is it
Yeah.
freaking you? Is it freaking you out?
I'll be honest, it's not really there.
I was about to say, I cannot imagine Matt allowed himself a bunch of free time.
What's that law where any task will fill the amount of time that it is allotted or is free?
Exactly. You know,
Called packing for the airport. It takes as much time as I've got. No, I would like to know the name of that law. All right, so we've got Bleeb 84. In the past, I did code faster in the night than during the day. Nobody bothers me at night. So definitely a theme of when things are quiet. Very cool. Ooh, looks like maybe it's called
thank
Parkinson
you.
law. Thank
I
you.
think it also helps when you know you don't have to do something after your whatever you're coding, and it lets you get to a flow state faster.
Mm,
Because when I wake up in the morning, I have a list of 20 things I need to do every morning, and that takes my attention away from things that I enjoy doing or I need other things I need to do.
yeah, I mean, I know this isn't a time of day, but my favorite time to work is company holidays because you can just log on and work all day, and there's nothing else you need to do.
Yeah,
So-
I'm a big fan of Friday afternoons for a similar reason, where it's like people have kind of left for the week or they're not active on the chat, and I can just have some quiet time and wrap up all those tasks.
I'm just stuck on the point that Matt likes to work on company holidays, and I'm just looking forward to the documentary. It's Matt Cowley, a case study in how to burn out.
That is 100% a young person issue too.
Yeah,
Because I remember
young.
when I did the same thing way back when I had to go into an office that was in a different county than I lived in when I was in my 20s, and it was my first job, because you still have energy and you're still super excited, and I'm not going to go into the long trail of bitterness that I realized I was going on, but you feel like your contributions are more time sensitive then, so you are much more willing to do it. And now you realize, this can wait till a day that they're paying me my proper rate for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't work for free anymore. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I like this comment from Miguel. I code my best 30 minutes before my Jira ticket is due.
Can confirm.
Hello, deadline-driven people. I am one of those people. Like every talk proposal I have for a conference is submitted like 10 minutes before.
I did
the
that to
CEO is
Outland the
due.
other day. It's like, you have 30 hours to finish to close this proposal. It's like, well, I better type something now.
I just realized I missed a talk proposal window.
Oh, no.
We were literally talking about it at PyTexas this last weekend. But let's be honest, it ended Sunday night, and that was right after I was done doing a conference. Like running a conference for 2 days. There was no way on earth anything was getting written or submitted. But it was EuroPyCon, and it's going to be in Dublin this year.
Oh, that sounds
Oh.
exciting.
Right? So now I'm sad. Maybe they didn't get enough submissions and they extended it. Maybe I'll be lucky. But
Going
Aw.
back to Flow State, I just started trying this new to-do app. I'm like notorious for just trying every to-do app on earth, which there's a lot. And this one actually works because of one dumb thing. It turns on your camera, and no audio, no
Nope.
nothing. And the picture is small enough that like you can't really make out what's happening in your photo, but there's just like a ton of random people. So it's like you're at a coffee shop,
Oh, I like that.
but no voice, no like interaction with anybody, no chat. It's just like they're there.
So it's like
like-
those virtual coffee pairing sessions, except you don't need to actually go do one.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Oh,
amazing.
yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. I actually went to a talk. This is prior to the pandemic, so it was before remote work was as ubiquitous as it is now. But the person giving the talk ran a team that was fully remote, and they had this culture of cameras on, even like all day, which is like I think essentially what you described. I'm not saying I endorse that. Whenever I bring this up, people have strong reactions to it. But I thought it was really interesting that. That was just how they did it, and so I think similar effect. Like,
A place
I would
I
endorse it
worked
for like
at-
1 hour.
yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I think that helps. Like having that time box helps because there's a place I worked at where you could turn your go into a room, turn on your camera and just hang out with other coworkers for a little bit, like a drop-in room, and then you can leave when you had meetings or other things to do, or you just didn't want to be on camera anymore.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're implementing at the Dev Advocates team today.
Yeah, we should do it on Twitch.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I've always found that when you're live streaming on Twitch, I find myself far more productive. You know,
Oh yeah, that's
time box session, with
same.
the pressure of people watching, I just get stuff
Absolutely.
done.
Even if literally no one is watching, it still works. Like I've done plenty of streams where I have 0 to 1 people there, and it's still that. Yeah, I'm with Matt. Like that
The
is most
camera is watching.
productive. Well, and then you have to like think out loud, which I think also sort of helps. Like you know,
You can also
just have,
go
like,
to different
this-
tabs and go check
That's
it,
true.
check on gaming news and whatever.
5 Twitters.
You have to stow your hot take draft for later.
All right. Well, thanks all for joining us. Welcome, Mr. Avids, longtime watcher, first time stream catcher. Oh, cool. Welcome to the live stream. We can talk to you in this version, which is kind of fun. Oh, yes. Hello to my cats. They are rambunctious this morning. You'll see them come in and out.
Okay, so we've had the cat's visit. Mason, has the Roomba visited yet?
No, it actually completed its job this morning successfully.
Oh,
Woo,
It only
it's
got
learning.
Stuck, it only got
Progress.
stuck on one thing.
Pretty soon we can teach it to write Python. And,
It's not that. I mean, you know, not getting hung on doors, writing Python. It's about the same thing.
Do you think you could load up code spaces on a Roomba?
Pretty
Yeah,
sure we
it's-
could at least run Doom on it.
Remotely hosted.
That would be
All
really
right.
fun. You have code spaces remotely hosted. You have to chase your Roomba around the house so you will stay within Wi-Fi range so you can stay connected to your cloud IDE.
So not a walking desk, a running desk.
A running desk.
That would be one of the most popular tech talks of all time, or like conference talks if we did that.
I
And it was on
legitimately-
stage.
Yeah.
I legitimately watched a talk this weekend at PyTexas where someone decided that watering their plants was too human, so they bought a whole bunch of water sensors and like Raspberry Pi stuff and built an event-driven Kafka-based watering system for their 4 houseplants.
That sounds
They
right.
also have sprinklers or like
no.
water bulbs?
Event
Water bulbs.
you need to be event driven. Like if you're not watering your plants with Kafka, you're not doing it right. Like
Aren't there plants outside? I don't understand a lot about nature, but I'm pretty sure plants exist outside.
well, these are the inside plants. These are the slightly more
Okay.
fragile plants.
Okay. You're right. It is my misunderstanding of how this is supposed to work.
Speaking of Copilot Roomba, the GitHub has released a Copilot beta program to test out experimental uses of Copilot.
Oh boy, like on Aruba.
Yeah, I don't think we put that in our news, but I wanted to call it out. I'll find the link.
Stick it in the news. We'll do it as the last one.
For sure. Copilot Roomba. And then Mason, you have 2 fans saying hey.
Yeah.
Two army captain says their son, Roaring Charizard.
It's Charizard. It's Charizard. It's
Charizard.
Charizard.
I'm
It's
sorry.
Charizard.
I'm sorry, Pokemon people.
Oh my
Forgive
goodness.
me.
Boo, Kim. Hi,
Listen, I used to teach elementary school, and I remember when I left teaching, I was like, I'm done with Pokemon. I had to like do like a lot of like things on the playground that was like, give them their Pokemon cards back. And I was like, I'm done with Pokemon. And then I joined the tech industry, and I was like, never mind.
They're all larger now. They
Yeah.
know more words.
Yes. Well, Toon Army Captain, your son has the best username, so that's an awesome username. Not gonna lie.
Charizard.
Roaring
Got it.
Charizard. Yes.
Great username to get.
It's also a great Pokemon are a great server naming schema because there's like infinite amount of them.
They'll just make more.
They'll just make more. Like literally all of our production clusters at Verbo were different Pokemon names.
Or they'll add words to the ones that exist already, which is something I'm learning this week, which is great.
Oh, I like that naming scheme. So it's like Charizard is down. Charizard is down. Like an
it's a
disaster
lot,
recovery plan.
Yes, it's actually a lot more fun than naming it after Greek gods like every other place does. So
every
feels
place I've
doomed.
worked has had a project named Cthulhu.
yeah.
Every place I've worked has had at least 5 computers named after Star Trek characters.
Yeah, okay.
You know, devs think they're so creative, they're not. Like I'm gonna do a lightning talk on all of the freaking naming schemas that I've seen.
It should be like a never have I ever format.
Yes, never
And
have
if
I
anyone
ever.
is left standing in the audience.
You know when they do those
Ooh, I
birds
like
of a
that.
feather sessions outside, I will 100% go to that where someone turns it into some kind of like drinking game or something. Because someone will pass out and it'll be great.
I appreciate you, Toon Army Captain. That's great.
Nice. Are those all different iterations of the same Pokemon?
Yes, that's the evolution.
This is fantastic.
Of all the time we've spent together, no one has ever tried to dig deep into the well that is my Pokemon knowledge. And honestly, like, if you think I know a lot about tech and infrastructure, that dwarfs in comparison to my absolute just domination
When I
of
did
Pokemon.
intros, everyone's like, "Oh, you like video games? Do you like talking about Pokemon?" Because Mason really loves talking about Pokemon.
Oh,
And I'm like,
who keeps telling you that? The only person I talk with Pokemon about is Kurt. Like,
Kirby told me that.
how does
But
Kirby-
and
how does
a
Kirby
couple of
know?
other people too. Yeah.
Well, okay,
You,
I'm not as mysterious as
calm
I think
team.
I am.
I think
you have
we
some
did-
work
I
to
think
do.
it is.
MongoDB has a dev advocate who has a suit of Pokemon.
Oh, I need to get that. Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
find
I think we've gone off the rails a bit. I guess it's time to maybe move into
Let's
the
throw
news.
out the rest of the script. And
This is
just
just
talk
the rest of it.
Pokemon.
It's just React 18 on the list.
That's
Yeah.
the only thing.
Okay, I'm gonna push the button and we're gonna move into the news. Like sometimes I just have to push the button.
All right, let's do
So,
it.
Here we go into news, and we actually have releases this week.
Shocking.
React 18 is out, so woo!
Yeah, we've talked about it before. I don't know what more there is to say at this point, other than that it's finally released after a long time. So go update, go break all your projects, have fun migrating.
Sorry.
Are we jaded or what?
Look at the coffee this morning is what it is. It has that energy.
I sense
Ah.
burnout.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same boat. I'm not too excited about it. It's more under the hood stuff, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like there could have been other problems that could have been addressed.
Yeah,
But-
I don't know. I'm hopeful that once I update to it, there'll be just it'll be nicer, and it will unlock some new things that I didn't know I wanted. But we'll see.
All right, ready? Pew.
I'm just gonna let y'all do it. We're done. We're done with the transition noises.
All right, next up, Google is deprecating this certificate search.
What?
So certificate transparency is a really cool thing. You can look up HTTPS certificates that have been allocated based on public transparency logs.
This is
So-
when you search DigitalOcean.com, this is what you get.
Yeah, so you can see all the certificates that are being allocated to that domain. But Google is getting rid of their search for it. There are other options out there still, so it's not the end of the world. I think like crt.sh is the one that a lot of people use. But just a heads up that if you relied on Google's version of it, it's going away May 15th.
Why? Like that's the easiest.
Google.
Like, I know, but like literally, you could leave that web app running for eternity; it would never change. SSL certs don't move that quickly. Like, I don't
Mason, okay.
no, I know. I'm
there's
speaking logic, and you can't speak logic to Google. I
Yeah,
understand. Like,
there's
it
a
doesn't
PM
work.
at
Like,
Google tasked purely with
no one
deprecating
would-
old products.
yeah, no, nobody got promoted on that product, so it's obviously not worth keeping around. So I just golly, like,
I did look up this. So this is the certificate transparency like working group. So like Matt said, there's other searches for that information, but
all this is teaching me is to just never rely on Google for anything, and then they wonder why they're having a hard time selling their cloud.
If anyone's been on Hacker News in the last week, you'll know that this is not an uncommon opinion.
Yes.
I think every day this week there's been something at the top of Hacker News to do with Google doing something bad. So it is what it is.
we're all at the mercy of Google, for better or for worse.
But
Which I guess moves into our next release, which is Google Good.
Google did something good. Look at this.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for
Markdown in Google Docs
Okay.
until they kill Google Docs next week. Everyone be prepared.
So
So-
this is my problem with this because I got
Ooh.
super excited, and then I was reading this like, it doesn't let you just write in Markdown and then take the formatting away. It'll read it as like, oh, you're doing Markdown. I'm going to auto format everything.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
So-
it's syntax shortcuts, not actual Markdown.
It's not Markdown.
Mm.
It's,
But if
you
you're in the
will
habit of
auto-format.
writing in
so we're going
Markdown-
to add more formatting to the thing that you don't want formatting.
Yeah.
Is it like live now? Let's see. Doc.new,
Not on
which is
any of
a
mine.
wonderful trick Chris taught me.
How do you enable it? Hang on.
I think I talked.
You go to tools and then you go into preferences and then you set auto detection for Markdown. Oh,
Ooh.
sure. It doesn't do it when it's on mine.
Oh yeah, so there's also an important note here from the release notes. It is disabled by default for everyone.
Aha. It
I
is
missed
working,
that when I
though.
read it.
All right.
I
Well,
mean,
I hate that. I don't like. That's actually not. I mean, it's cool for quick hand stuff, but like, I just want Markdown in my Google Docs.
this is why you end up using VS Code as a text editor, just because
Oh,
I needed
yeah.
to not do this. Oh yeah. Also, it doesn't do all of it.
oh,
Yeah.
darn.
Strike through is double.
Double
tilt.
tildes.
Yeah. Does it do it?
No,
Oh, it's not very clever.
retroactive. Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Ovids asks, can we get a killed by Google segment? It depends on how quickly they keep killing products, but at the current trajectory, maybe.
We
We do have a website killed by
Well, I'll say we should
Google.com.
get Cody on 1 week and have him as a guest.
Oh yeah, Cody's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Who's Cody?
The guy behind.
Cool by
Oh.
Google.
Killed
Well,
by
there's a kill by Microsoft now too.
There is, which is a fork of it, which is really cool.
Yeah.
All right, Cody, if you're watching, let us know. We want you to be a special guest.
You know where my DMs are.
All right. Well, I'm still excited by this.
I am. It's nice to see that Google has acknowledged Markdown exists.
Yes.
Yeah. And Google Docs.
then
end
went
of
the other
Google Docs
direction.
end of life, end of year. Yeah. So
All right.
Okay.
Next up,
next one, Linux kernel 5.17 released.
I approve of that image. It's a newspaper announcement.
Ha!
Oh, I believe that was a good one.
That was salty. I liked it. I enjoy salty posts. Post it on my Google Plus profile with pictures that I've taken from my Google Glass.
Oh, I
Oh!
had such high hopes.
Oh, I think we all did. I'm wondering.
It was
anyway.
too soon. It was too soon.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what's new in the Linux kernel?
All right.
Things and stuff TM. I think the one thing that got called out here, which I actually think is pretty cool, there's now support for AMD P-state cores. So if you have a modern AMD processor, it can now go into the P-state, which lets it be a bit more performant,
Excellent.
I think.
Thanks to Steam Deck.
Yes.
What?
Valve is everywhere now. Steam Deck is
Of
just a
course.
wonderful thing.
Okay. I mean, I'd like one. I'm just surprised that was the motivating factor.
Hmm.
I shouldn't have been, but I
Well,
was.
it makes sense, right? Because a Steam Deck has an AMD chip inside it, and it's running Linux. So
Right, and it's a very
so they want it to be performant.
veganistic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Pretty
I
cool
shouldn't
thing.
have been surprised. Just was a little surprised.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel that way about a lot of things in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really the only big thing that I noticed. I'm sure if you're a Linux nerd, the release notes are probably far more exciting to you.
Yes, and
I
as
apologize for not being you.
and like the rest of us, we will deal with the new Linux kernel when the next LTS of Ubuntu comes out.
Right.
So true.
All right. Next up.
Debian 11.3.
Again, this is like actually a proper release item in the releases section of news. Nothing major, just releases and updates. However, it does include a lot of pretty significant vulnerability updates in default packages. So like the log4j stuff is patched.
Nice.
Go update your Debian.
Yeah, go update it.
All right.
And then MDN Plus.
So this is cool.
This is cool. So
You can give MDN money.
You can give MDN money, and then you can like customize your browser experience.
I was missing the opportunity to give more people money. Like,
Well, it's Mozilla, so I'm actually on board with this because they've always struggled to fund MDN, and this seems like a pretty sensible way to just give them a small amount of money each month. Frankly, I think the features you get in return are pretty pointless, but I think for a lot of
agree.
people, this is just going to be about helping fund MDN because they're such a core bit of the web.
One thing I am excited about is MDN Offline. So I used to commute to work and would be on a bus for an hour each way and got a lot of work done then. But I couldn't use the online features in MDN like I could on Chrome. So even though I don't do that sort of commuting anymore, I'm still excited.
I feel like that shouldn't be a paid thing. Just to save something offline. I when I read make MDN your own, I thought it would mean like you could create your own like learning paths because they released learning pathways.
Ooh,
And then
they
you
did?
could
Oh, that would be cool.
and then you could
Yeah.
send it to maybe your employees and train them up. I don't know.
That's a good idea.
I think they're probably going to do more with it, but for now, it's basically just a way to give MDN some money if you want to, which I think a lot of people will. I think most of the features they're offering you can achieve for free in other ways. Like collections is just browser bookmarks, and MDN Offline you can achieve by just git cloning their repo. So there's other ways to do it. It's just they're giving you a nice UI for it.
Yeah, price point's right anyway. If they want just like support.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
well, that's
Right.
all the releases we have. Now it's time to we call it main thread, but I think we're just going to call it spicy news.
Sure. I mean, frankly, at this point, releases becomes news anyway. So
Yeah. Anyway, now for spicy news.
All right. Okta apologizes for waiting 2 months to notify customers of the lapsus breach.
I mean, frankly, the headline is all that is worth discussing here.
Sad
After-
trombone.
Yeah. After Okta spent a while basically denying that the breach had happened, they've now apologized and said they've made a mistake in how they handled it.
That has to be a GDPR violation.
I don't know what to think anymore. Company whose entire job is security sat on a breach for 2 months and then still actively downplayed it when they got called out for it.
Sad Trump. I wish I had my trombone out right now.
I know. I wish you could.
We really missed the opportunity with that, but
We
like, but yeah, wah wah. Like,
All right. Well, then let's. Oh God, this. I have to like pause the videos. There's a lot of stuff I had to do.
it just keeps coming.
Just keeps coming. Is this my disabled
adverts.
JavaScript button? Oh no, that's my dark mode button. All right. So, teen suspected by cyber researchers of being the Lapsus mastermind. So, sounds like a young person, like a 16-year-old from England, is the prime suspect.
Matt.
Matt is not 16.
I don't know where his free time went.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I thought this was pretty interesting. To me, this is like, bored teenager that's interested in computers.
Yeah,
Have some fun.
Hire them.
I'm still convinced it's Matt. Like that was not, he did not convince me that it's not Matt. And let's be honest, he's like 3 days past 16. So like,
I think Matt's
This
the
is
only
the
person
plot of Hackers, isn't it?
I think so. I hope you dress cool like the people in Hackers, Matt. Since I've never seen you, I'm just assuming.
No.
We'll just
We all have our own like majestic image of Matt.
I know what it looked like. I've been there, seen it, sat next to it, ate way too many fried green beans. Sorry. Well, no, you know what? To most people in the world, Matt, you are an ephemeral thing. So
Sure, I'll go with it.
We should have a homework assignment for the next Cloud Chats, which is like use Bitmoji or some other like avatar generator and like render your imagination's version of Matt.
I mean, that actually we could do
like
that as
Neo from the Matrix, but like
Yes.
smaller.
we could actually do that as a competition. Like, winner gets some stickers. Like, everybody draw your best Matt impression.
Oh, we should. Oh, quite funny.
Age is a state of mind. All right, are we ready for the next one?
Next one,
Let's
here we
for
go.
it.
Pew, this one I thought was pretty interesting, actually. Amy, do you want to tell us about it?
Yeah.
It's minus 302,204 votes.
Coming at 3,204 downvotes. They are Stack Overflow is sunsetting the jobs and developer story, which was this cute little feature where it would turn your resume and into a timeline that you could add stories to. So you can add anecdotes and GitHub projects and all of that, and your answers and that sort of thing, which was extremely interesting, but also I can 100% see how this did not fit in their product portfolio. This was someone's really great idea that ended up not really doing a whole lot for the organization as a whole.
This was an intern project. I can see it.
Totally.
Yeah. GitHub profiles, probably next place to go. I don't know. It's definitely not, what is it, Polywork?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember when that was popular for 3 days?
Like Clubhouse?
Yeah.
I'm not convinced Polywork was ever actually popular. They just convinced a lot of big people to promote it for a couple of days.
That must have been what it was. I mean, I think I got my invite from Chris, so
Yeah, I wish they had just at least paid me to do promotion.
oh my goodness. Well, bye-bye jobs and developer stories. What's our next one? Zero day. Hooray!
So
If you use Chrome, update.
Yeah, this is pretty major. It's been out for a couple of days now, so I'm hoping everyone's already updated. But there was a security vulnerability found in V8, which is the engine that powers JavaScript and anything Chromium based. It involves kind of types getting confused. Someone found the commits into V8 somewhere, and it's some pointer stuff. Who'd have thought? Pointers being the issue of security.
Really? Pointers cause more problems? Never would have been my first guess.
This update at the bottom says the Microsoft Edge browser also has some issues, has the same issues. So if you're using
Yeah.
Edge,
Because obviously Edge is now just Chromium because we
Yeah.
can't have competing browser engines.
Also, Chromium is Amazon Silk and Opera and Samsung
Oh.
Internet.
oh
Yes.
dang, ooh,
So
update your
all-
TV.
Yes, my TV.
It sounds
I
like
also
we're
have a-
going back to curl pipe less.
Yeah, so it was V8. So anything that uses V8, which is pretty standard nowadays for JavaScript stuff, was in theory impacted by this. It's like Cloudflare workers confirmed that they had updated. Not Safari, very true. Not Safari. But the major thing is Chromium browsers. So if you run a browser that's built on Chromium, please update it if you haven't already,
All right.
because it's been actively exploited.
And last but not least,
Oh no, we have two more.
Oh, we have a second one now. Yeah,
we
just,
added
Right.
one.
sorry, I gotta go on without me. I'm gonna pick that one up.
Rolling Rhino turns Ubuntu into rolling release if you don't mind sticking to the daily build. What? I'm more confused by that title than I was.
So I haven't really read into this in much detail, but I think there's an intention that the next big release of Ubuntu is going to be a rolling release.
Oh, that's gonna cause problems.
Or similar? I don't know.
I mean, so Debian
I haven't read
and
into this in
like
detail.
Susie and Arch already do that. Like
Yeah.
they have a rolling release, and it makes it a little bit difficult to maintain those images in the cloud.
Mm.
I don't know how I'd feel. Here's a question for chat. How do you feel? Do you prefer having like twice yearly releases, or would you rather have continual releases? Both personal devices and on servers.
Yes, because that's what I want, is to get the latest and greatest and not pin any versions in my production environment, because I love getting paged at 2 a.m. in the morning. It's my favorite thing. I also love code with no documentation and an office that doesn't have snacks. Like, these are the things that I want to make my life the best it can possibly be.
It's one of those things where it makes sense for an application to just have a rolling release where there's always going to be improvements and things to fix. But at some point, you do need some level of static, stable foundation to run all of this stuff on. For OSs, I don't like having to update all the time. It's
No.
mildly annoying. And
Yeah.
that's just on a personal system. If that system was actually dependent on anything, I'd have a heart attack
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah, no, you pin your versions and you update as you need to, and then like it's a process to update the fleet, and it's a long process. Like this is not like, oh, we're just doing it overnight. Like every time we had to update the fleet at my last job, it took months of just because you have to test it to make sure that none of those new packages have weird edge cases that cause the server to catch fire in the middle of the night, or your Java heap to overflow like it already does.
I was just reading through this. It sounds actually like, rather than what we said originally, this is a tool that's been built that lets you convert Ubuntu into rolling
Ow.
releases.
As long as I'm not required to. And also, I think it says like if you don't mind sticking to the daily build. I would
Which is
never
terrifying.
stick to the daily build.
That doesn't seem
I
okay.
used to do builds. My first job, we had daily builds for our operating system that we built. There were weeks when those builds just didn't work.
Yeah, no, like, I don't know, maybe this seems like a useful tool for someone that has a personal box that they're not too worried about and just wants to play around.
Yeah.
If you okay. I prefer hourly releases. You're right. Yes, like it's just I prefer releases based on push. So as soon as there's a new push to the repository, I want that release.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah. And I would I would prefer it if it bypassed CI/CD testing.
Oh yeah, just straight to prod. Yeah,
straight to prod. We don't need to do any sort of test. Just straight to prod because we're all good and we write good code.
Yep, that's how it works.
I'm having
All right,
I'm having flashbacks.
Let's before we dip into Mason's trauma. Let's go to GitHub Copilot Labs.
Can you tell, Kim? Can you tell that I've lived this life for a long? Why do you think I went to advocacy? There's no pager as an advocate.
That is a great part of being a dev advocate. Is I do not have pager duty on my phone.
I have to go to more meetings, but I don't have a pager. It seemed like a fair trade.
Really?
All right,
Yes.
Chris, tell us about this GitHub Copilot Labs.
Yeah, I thought this was out already. I don't know if I think Copilot
It
is
is.
available for everybody,
Today
right?
we're launching a companion VS Code extension. So it imply it's been launched.
Is original Copilot available for everyone now?
No, it's still in technical preview.
Okay. Well, if you haven't had a chance to try Copilot, it is fantastic. Like, it's like having Stack Overflow in your editor, but you just type a letter and it Stack Overflows for you immediately. I don't know. It'll take my job for sure.
And
So-
it copies and pastes for you. You don't even have to do that.
It used to feel like
it is a
that.
developer.
And I've noticed recently it's now getting uncannily good at just writing the right code with the right context.
Interesting.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, so are there eventually going to be developer advocates for AI models?
Yes.
Like, do we have to go teach the? No, I mean, like, no.
Are
Do
they
we?
teaching
Do
AI?
we give a talk to a whole bunch of just MacBooks?
Yeah.
They just sit there and
why
they just
not?
listen and they like, you know.
And they absorb
Just
your
give it to
personality,
one
and then
MacBook.
they make another one of you made out of AI.
I almost
So I think
want-
I might try this. I haven't done much with GitHub Copilot, but I do love VS Code, and it looks like the requirements to this are you have to download this extension, you have to be in the technical preview, which I am, and then you must have the main extension of GitHub Copilot installed alongside Labs. So maybe we can bring back what was it? Lightning tutorials next week. and
Yeah.
I can
I
get
think I
this
did a lightning
running.
on Copilot.
you did
think
a long.
we
yeah,
did
when it,
a long time
when
ago.
it
But it's
came out.
it's like much better now. Yeah, we can do it again.
I don't like
Nice.
that. I don't like it.
But the new, so what was released yesterday, the new Copilot Labs, essentially is two features, but it's kind of a platform to test more features. And the two that are out are explain what this code is and translate this
Ooh.
code.
Explain this code. That's interesting. I'm curious.
That's
Is it-
the same feature that Repl had for a while, right?
Mhm.
Oh,
Built on a
interesting.
very similar model.
That's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
It's been out for a bit. And yeah, it just like writes comments for you because
That's
we all
neat.
don't like doing that.
Translate. What's the difference between translate? Oh, translate into a different language.
Oh,
Hey,
where it
That's
interesting.
cool.
That's
Well,
cool.
where
No more
I-
language wars?
No more language
Mm.
wars.
I did notice though that so this was some JavaScript that was selected,
Uh-huh.
and then HTML is an option. How does that work? I want to try it.
Maybe it just
I'm-
renders it.
Okay, and then we're doing the training because when you like translate it and you're like, that's not quite right, and you give it a thumbs down, then that's like training the
Yes.
model.
We are the army.
Ugh.
This is really cool though.
I'd start saving your money because it's gonna start stockpiling, start getting a second career ready.
This is a good question. Bleeb84 says, can we translate full GitHub projects to another language? I'm guessing not right now, but I assume that's the goal.
Yeah, I mean, I guess right now using this, you'd have to go step through every single file, select all, and translate it. So good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's close though. Like even GitHub.com can jump between different files, so it knows the references.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, they've got all the tech in place. They just need to hook it up.
All right. Well, that is interesting.
All
And I
right.
think
Well.
that's all for news.
I will remain not liking it. This is a slippery slope to us not having jobs anymore.
We had like 10 years.
I need more than 10 years, Chris. If you said this is 100 years out, I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's somebody else's problem. We'll just kick that can down the road. But
I'm kind of with Mason on this. This feels like a very easy way to get a lot of people who are very bad at coding to become developers.
I like
Like,
that.
no.
I love that.
I'm with Chris.
I
I'm
want
with
everyone
Chris
to
on
create
that.
whatever they want at all times.
I do not want to be reliant on things that people who don't have like no. I like that would be
But
like
if the
okay,
tools are good enough,
everybody
then it
can
doesn't
build-
matter.
everybody can build a bridge, and we're all gonna drive across it, and there's gonna be no. It just sounds terrifying. Oh look, we have two maps.
Sorry, I needed to adjust my camera.
Ah.
Oh yes, I love this game.
Oh, are we doing it again? I guess
Two
we all
more.
have
Two more.
Here we go. Turn off the camera, Amy.
Yes.
And now, oh no, okay. Now I'm gonna move us around. Hopefully, it
No.
doesn't actually show up. Now, who? Oh, it's got our names on it. Darn! I was like, who is who?
This is
God.
this is how Matt hacked Okta.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
dear.
right. He's right.
What are we doing with this show?
Hey, we either have to do this once a show or show the block like governing board
Oh,
page.
dear.
Okay,
So-
I'm coming back because this is just hurting my soul.
I love it.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Shall we jump into a game?
You know what? Thought we were already there, but I guess we'll just go ahead and do it now. So let us go into the.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Did Mason freeze?
did he like crash himself trying to share the screen?
Turning on and off a camera.
Game of Kahoot.
Oh, right.
I'm here. Hello.
Oh, Google Fiber doing its thing.
It's not Google Fiber. I don't have Google Fiber anymore. I
Oh.
never lost y'all, but
Oh,
Well, we lost
Like-
you.
okay. Well, do we see the Kahoot screen?
yes.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, they're after me. We knew it. Like,
Don't
How
say
dare-
any
how-
bad things now.
yeah, how dare I? Well, I for one welcome our robot overlords. I really wish Brian Hogan was in the chat because these Simpsons, he would appreciate these Simpsons references. So, okay, so you know the drill. Go to kahoot.it, go to 892-6078 as the pin, and if you win, you get to get some free Sammy swag. This week's trivia is whatever I had at the top of my head.
Yes.
Also, just random questions.
There is no theme. There is I inside of Kahoot, I lovingly call this bar trivia. Like, there is no rhyme or reason to any of these questions. These are just things I thought were neat, and we get to talk about them. And then while we're waiting, we have the word of the week. I'm not changing it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the word of the week. Word.
I don't care. We'll let Kim go with it. Kim.
Thank you. All right, the words of the week. We think we talked about this last week. It's Kibbybyte, Mebbybyte, and Gibbybyte. And so I don't know, a few years ago, I was like writing some YAML and I was using MIB instead of MB or GIB instead of GB. And I was like, what's this all about? And I realized there's a different unit of measurement for, I guess, memory. So
The correct unit of measurement.
Do you ever have
Ah.
a terrible feeling when you finally read a word and you know what that word means?
Yeah.
Say
Like-
more about that, Amy.
I didn't realize that the BI, because I'm like, why is it Kebibyte? And I'm like, oh, because it's binary, and I get it now, and I'm
Oh, I
mad
didn't get that.
about it. We've been looking at these words all week, and it took it being very large on screen for me to realize, oh, that's what that is.
All right.
And
Well,
it
I
just seemed like the
I
journey
was
getting here.
today years old when I realized the BI is for binary. Okay, I might need Matt to explain this, but let me just go through this real fast. So a kibibyte is 2 to the 10th power, or 1024 bytes. Mebibyte is 2 to the 20th power, or 1,048,567 bytes. And a gibibyte is 2 to the 30th power, or let's see, looks like 1,073,741,824 bytes. So it's 2 to the different power for these binary measurements, whereas like a kilobyte is 10 to the 3rd power, a megabyte is 10 to the 6th power, and a gibibyte is 10 to the 9th power. Those of you who have computer science degrees, please explain.
Yeah.
Or applied math.
Yeah.
Or
as it
applied
is-
math.
just base 2 versus base 10.
Yeah.
So binary uses base 2 for everything, and so 1024 is the number we use generally. But then people went, base 10's cool. Let's use 1000 instead.
Yeah, people were too lazy to learn base 2, so we're like, oh, kilo means 1,000, like kilometer.
And now people use them interchangeably, sometimes named very incorrectly. And so sizes turn up differently everywhere. And when you get into the gigabytes versus gigabytes, it's quite a significant difference.
Yeah, that's where it becomes a problem. Like kibibytes and kilobyte is like, they're pretty close.
But... Oh, so what is it? Terabytes?
Tebibytes.
Tebibytes. And then what? Pettybytes?
Pebibyte.
These sound like takeout meals, to be honest.
Yeah, it sounds like a cereal.
They don't use those words because they don't sound real.
Terabyte is that is a consumer grade. I don't think they've made a consumer grade petabyte disk yet. But wow, I wonder what the difference is there. I mean, it looks like it's literally just like factors of
it's gigabyte, tebibyte, pebibyte, exbibyte, zebibyte, yobibyte.
Whoa.
Versus gigabyte, terabyte, petabyte, exabyte, zettabyte, yottabyte.
If you need a company name, let's go buy the domains.
Oh my goodness. That's what Google is. Google's like is it a unit of measurement or is it
one
number?
followed by 1,000,000 zeros?
Yeah. So let's go with tebibyte. All right, Chris and I are racing to the domain registrars.
Yes, because that's exactly what y'all need.
Good thing it came out of beta last week.
Oh yeah, you go and register with Google. Yeah,
memories.
That's the one thing we all need is yet another domain that you're not going to use. Which, by the way, all the ones that I bought for DigitalOcean, I'm transferring to IT right now, so I don't have to hold on to them.
That was pure confusion. Well, if you ever see an I in your GB or your MB, just know it's a slightly different number of bytes, and the difference grows as you get larger.
But frankly, don't bother worrying about it because everyone gets it wrong. Yeah, everyone just mixes them up.
I also never knew that they measured consumer electronics in base 10, so I had always assumed it was always base 2.
Yep, consumer electronics are base 10.
I didn't know that.
Windows measures most things in base 10, but there's certain UIs that measure it in base 2. And then if you're on like a Linux or BSD system, it's almost always base 2.
Yep.
So
are we ready?
Get confused.
Ready.
Let's do
That's
this.
not a word I'd use.
We have a good group. I love this group.
Here we go.
A lot of people.
Random trivia on random things. Bar trivia.
Woohoo.
I'm terrible at bar trivia.
Now you're going to get good at it.
Comes up.
What was the name of Batman's butler?
Maybe the first Kahoot question
I love
known
it.
definitively.
Amazing.
What is the name of Batman's butler?
Help.
Why are they not all Batman questions?
I got to the end and then realized I could have just made a Simpsons quiz and I didn't, and I feel sad, but that's fine. Almost everyone got it right. It is Alfred the butler. Okay, so now since we're already there, Matt, say the thing.
Kahoot's not just about getting the question right; it's about being fast. As you can see, there's lots of different scores on the screen, even though everyone got it right. That's because certain people were faster at pressing the button than others. You get more points the faster you are when you're correct.
And if Toon Army Captain wins, that means second place gets the stickers today. Prior to the introduction of the euro, the lira was the currency of what European country? Prior to the introduction of the euro, the lira was the currency of what European country? Was it Ireland, Iceland, Italy, or Greece?
I know this one too.
I know it.
Wow.
Amy and I are old enough to remember when the European
the pre-European of the European currency.
It is Italy. The lira was the currency of Italy.
They were very common Carmen Sandiego kind of questions. That's how I know. Okay,
I love it.
These might be Carmen Sandiego kind of questions today. So
yeah.
What sport has been played on the moon?
Carmen Sandiego.
I know this one too.
Oh, I know this
Carmen
one.
Sandiego.
What sport has been played on the moon? Basketball, golf, baseball, or tennis?
Man, basketball would be great though.
It would. Can
Yeah,
you
he'd just be
imagine?
like,
One dribble and it goes. Like, oh no!
Golf has been played on the moon. They just drove a golf ball into space.
I think played is probably not the right word here.
Wait, did the
Attempted.
golf ball actually like
They
leave the
hit
moon?
It is as effective as any time I would play golf.
I don't know, actually.
I would be
I've
scared to play basketball and try to dunk.
never.
You just jump. And that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, there's no going back down to do the dunk.
That is how the moon works. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
This is great. I love this. I'm five people is an absolute cacophony, and I love it. Lovely Badger in first, quick bat, fuzzy Jaguar, but it's still anyone's game. People from Switzerland eat the most chocolate of any country in a year. How much do they consume per person per year? Is it 100 pounds, 20 pounds, 2 pounds, or 10 pounds?
I hope
And
it's
of
100
course
pounds.
I
you
want
did
it to
this
be
in
100.
pounds rather than kilograms.
Of course I did it in pounds. I'm American.
Oh, sorry, Matt. Sorry, Matt.
We're
Wouldn't
talking about
kilograms be
Switzerland
worse?
here.
I think that'd be worse, right?
Blame Google. Google's the one that brought it up. Google decided that Switzerland people eat 20 pounds of chocolate a year. It's a better number than
They
whatever it is in
specifically
kilograms.
decided.
So for reference, for the rest of the world, that is just over 9 kilograms of chocolate.
Yep, we got a lot of as we noted earlier, we have a very international audience.
Freedom unit.
Freedom units. All
Jeremy
right.
Captain
Good job.
says,
Good
"Son
job,
of a-"
viewers.
Thank you, viewers. I feel seen.
You know what? That's a Mason question. I'm intentionally throwing things in there to shake things up. Next time, you're going to get them in all different measurements. We're going to have pounds, kilograms,
Hippobytes.
Yeah,
Hep-
all of that.
heavy
stuff. Heavy Or I'm going to do it
Yeah.
I'm going to do it in centigrams just to mess with you. Like,
Matt should do a
Ah.
Kahoot that's just how many pounds is this number of kilograms?
Next question. What is, I can't say that word, triskaidekaphobia?
Triskaidekaphobia.
Yeah. Is it the fear of tricycles, the fear of the number 13, the fear of nothing, or the fear of falling?
Yes.
But bicycles are cool?
It is the
No.
fear of the
Bicycles
number
are cool.
13. I went with the try there at the beginning.
Yeah. Fear of tricycles.
Deca-
Tricycles bad.
Deca also
Bicycles
means
good.
It seems like a legitimate fear that people actually have. And it's got such a ridiculous name for it.
Yeah, one that is very difficult to pronounce. Next question. What musical interval, once considered to be evil, is used at the beginning of the Simpsons theme?
Hey, my degree in music is finally coming in
My-
handy.
my-
Where did the
mine
math
too.
questions go? Bring them back.
Is it minor third, minor sixth, perfect fourth, or the tritone? It is the tritone. The tritone is actually, what is it? It's an augmented fourth, Kim? Augmented fourth,
Yeah.
diminished fifth? Yeah. So it's
Mhm.
in between like a perfect fourth and perfect fifth. It feels really like very dissonant when you play it, and it was considered evil by the church.
Is it the first? Is it the Simpsons?
Yeah.
And
I
then
think
it
it's, I
resolves.
think that's what it is. I think it's It's like, I think it's a tritone into a major sixth.
Yeah, it used to be called the Devil's Interval.
Yes. That one was
I mean-
there. I always forget Kim has the music degree, so I'm like, yeah, I'm not the only one who liked
In
that.
like medieval times, it's like
Yes.
don't write that interval in your music. It's bad. Amy, we just lost Amy on that fact, which I really enjoy.
Wait, why I didn't think it was that funny, but like I'm wondering why Amy is losing it on this fact.
What do you mean devil's interval is not funny? And then that made me cry.
Okay.
And now I have to go augment a bard later to go use this stuff. Excuse me.
Welcome to Cloud
goodness.
Chats, where we talk about music theory.
And Dungeons and Dragons, apparently, in The Simpsons. So, next question. The beaver is the national emblem of which country?
Yay.
My God, I might get every question right in this quiz. This would be the
Okay.
first and only time.
And the poor beaver's getting bonked.
Sweden.
The options here were
Sweden.
France, Denmark, Sweden, and
Sweden.
Canada for audio listeners.
Oh yes, I forget. Canada is the
Sweden.
Oh my God, this is awesome.
Sweden's in chat.
I really do hate all of y'all, just so you know. You're gonna make an announcement later in the show a lot easier. I hope you know.
Sweden. All right, it's Canada.
I'm done with y'all. I'm just clicking buttons now. Other than water, what is the most consumed beverage?
Ooh, this is where I might wash out.
Please not soda.
Is it wine, soda,
It's wine.
coffee,
It has
or
to be
tea?
Wine, right?
It
I'm
is
going
tea.
tea.
Oh.
It
Yes.
is tea.
Britain represent.
Yes. We're making up for the pounds, kilograms issues.
Yes, there. We threw him out a bone.
I got it wrong, so
I'm
Yeah,
not
you
even
missed
going to comment
beer.
on that. Yeah, beer. It's not there. It doesn't come up. It's like number 8 or 9.
But so I do agree with Toonami Captain here, though. I don't know what is considered tea by that definition.
I don't know. Ask Google.
Look, you wrote the quiz.
Doesn't mean that means I look up random facts. It doesn't mean I go into the what is considered tea. And it's Britain and India. Let's be 100% honest.
is,
Britain and
yeah.
India drink a lot of tea. India's one of the
Also,
most populous
every
places
Asian
on the
country.
earth. They win.
Every
Yes.
Asian country.
Yes.
Yeah, every Asian
So-
country.
And a lot of African countries, because
Yes.
anything can be tea if it is a plant and water.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty much.
A woodpecker's tongue wraps around its what? Does a
Ew.
woodpecker's tongue wrap around
I
its
don't like
eyes,
this question at all.
throat, beak, or brain?
I guess it needs a long tongue. Once it makes the hole in the tree, it needs to get the bugs out of there.
Is it external, like it's a shawl?
A woodpecker's tongue is
it's
very
like-
long, and it wraps around its brain to help prevent the bang. It helps absorb shock when it's
Ah.
pecking. So if you look at a diagram of it, you'll see it goes all the way back and over around the top of its brain.
Wow,
Huh.
that's weird
That's
and
clever.
interesting. Evolution.
I'm not doing great.
Well, if you're gonna bang your head
After
and
that question, I'm not doing great either.
I missed my question, so my perfect streak is over.
Last question. Scooby-Doo's first name is what?
Scuba Neezer.
No, it's Scoobert, right?
Scooby-Doo's first
I think
name
it's
is
Scoobert.
what? Is it Scoobert, Scooby, Scuba Neezer, or Scooby Dooby?
Scooby Dooby Doo.
Oh,
This
it's
is a good
stuck there.
question.
It's Scoobert.
Scooby's first name is Scoobert. Scoobert Doo is his name.
Scooby is his nickname.
Yes.
That's 3 names, right?
Some person writing this show went, you know what? We're going to call him Scooby, but we need to give him a full name.
Oh
you
no,
know?
it's Shaggy who has 3 names.
Norval Shaggy Roberts. Yeah, is his name. This is
Scuba Neezer Doo. Oh man, I'm approaching a breaking point as well. Scuba Neezer Doo is the one that's gonna get me.
it was actually retconned in later, it wasn't in the original series. It's I think there's a series that was Scooby as a child, and it showed his birth certificate. There is a lot of Scooby-Doo lore. You definitely need to get in on that.
It's a lot.
A lot. Okay, here we go. Third place with 6565 is Quick Bat.
Good job, Quick Bat.
Polite Elk with 8 out of 10. And someone got 9 out of 10 with 7,648 points. The Flying Dingo.
Okay, I shouldn't have done this, but I am Flying Dingo.
Okay.
I'm impressed.
I usually wait till the end to answer the questions, but I was so excited for this quiz.
Okay, who is Polite Elk? Is it one of y'all Polite Elk? Good. Polite Elk, you win.
Yes, Polite Elk.
Send me an email
Is
at
it
mason@digitalocean.com. It was not Toonami Captain this time.
Okay.
And with your shipping address, and if you've won multiple times, tell me what number time this is that you've won, and we will ship you some swag.
Yay.
And that is all we have for random bar trivia, which seems like it was a lot more fun than the tech trivia one. So
That was great.
Maybe we should just stick with those from now on.
Ooh, was it Andrew Mulkey? Wooty.
Wooty. Okay. And now we move on to what's on our mind
Oh yes.
with our lo-fi
that new?
music.
Oh yeah, because you're meaning for ages. Yeah. StreamYard has a background music feature.
They have their own
Ooh.
lo-fi, and we can't upload our own. But for now, I'm just lazy, and we use this one because we still haven't figured out why my background music randomly just decides to get louder over time and tries to
Yeah.
play Matt off every time. Like,
I've determined we need to get an account in here at some point dedicated to music. I just haven't figured out doing it. I think I'm gonna have to get my Windows PC going to do it.
that seemed like a lot more work than I was willing to put in at the time. So, starting off with the person without a face, Matt.
What's on my mind? Sweden is on my mind now.
Y'all are really making this easy. Y'all know that? Like,
Sweden.
No, like there's nothing on my mind really.
Yes.
It's
I'm into that.
Yeah. Chill mode.
It's just been a week of work. But it's been a
Oh
chill
my god,
week.
it's Thursday.
How sweet is it?
sweet. Know how sweet it is. He's making a.
Oh, how sweet it is. Thank you.
Oh no. We had an incident over the weekend that impacted part of infrastructure that I work on with our team. And it was nice to see that it just worked after a lot of planning for like handling outages cleanly. It just worked. So that was pretty cool to see and reassuring. But yeah, otherwise, as Eric puts it, no thoughts, head empty.
Who is next? Kim.
What's on my mind is Q2. I am going to go to KubeCon EU in Europe, and I've been a developer advocate at DigitalOcean for about a year, and I haven't gone anywhere in person yet. So I'm really excited, doing some planning for that. Yeah, and just imagining what Q2 will bring for our team. So, and frantically wrapping up my Q1 commitments, like Chris mentioned at the beginning of the show. But I like when seasons change. I like when there's some way to say like, okay, we're done with that particular way we were doing it. We'll reflect and start something new. So I'm a big fan of having those opportunities in life and at work.
Oh, that reminds me, actually, I'm going to interject here. Speaking of wrapping up Q1 and going to Q2, British weather this morning welcomed in Q2 by snowing.
Oh,
It's the first snow of the season on March 31st.
first
Yeah.
snow of the season.
It was a little chilly this morning when I walked outside. I think it was like in the 40s. So
Hang on.
I don't know what that
Sorry,
is for the rest of the
international
world.
4 degrees, the rest of the world. 4
Okay.
degrees.
Let's see. I'll pass it over to Chris.
I don't know. I'm in Matt's boat. Just head empty. What am I thinking about?
The baby.
The baby. Yeah, I don't know.
I approve.
That's all I got. It feels like Friday.
It does feel like Friday.
It does feel like a Friday.
It is Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Amy, what about you? Are you still
Um,
laughing over Devil's Interval?
I'm trying not to. I'm actually super traumatized by that whole woodpecker thing, which I didn't need to know anything about. The CFP for DevOps Days Chicago closes today, and I really want to submit something, and I cannot think of anything. I'm trying so. The harder I think about it, the less things happen in my brain.
Maybe I should submit to that. I haven't.
Hey, travel's included. You can come and you can listen to me talk about Dungeons and Dragons up close.
Sounds fun.
Well, if you need our support, we can chat about it after.
Yeah.
Or if you're like me and you need a deadline, you'll know half an hour before that thing's due.
I need to
exactly what
remember
to do.
exactly what hour, because the weird thing about dealing with conferences within your own time zone, they actually happen during working hours, and you have to actually know what time it closes.
Yes, I understand. I know exactly what you mean.
It's confusing for reasons it shouldn't be.
Yeah. Well, for me, PyTexas is over.
Yay.
We got
Congrats.
through it. We had a successful in-person conference, first in-person conference in the Python community in North America that we're aware
Wow.
of. It was a lot of fun. It was rocky. There were incidents. Like there were just things like, let me just tell you, like
fights?
no, like just
Oh.
if you can think of it going like catering not showing up or speakers not showing up or
Oh.
just like things that constantly had to keep me on my toes. Or we got there that morning so we could do badges and the printer died right as we started printing badges.
Oh yeah, sure.
But
But that's conference stuff.
I know, but like you could definitely tell it had been 3 years since we like had done any of
Yeah.
this. So it was rocky, but we got through it. It was a lot of fun. That was that. And then my other announcement that I didn't want to have to make this morning, but I have to, is that this is my last Cloud Chats. I am moving on to another company to be a lead developer advocate. Follow me on Twitter if you want to know more. This is my last Cloud Chats as a DigitalOcean developer. Whether or not they make me come back and type things like Sweden again, that is totally up to them. Or if they want to learn more about woodpeckers and their tongues wrapping around their brains. But yes, I will be moving on from DigitalOcean this Friday. It's been a great 2.5 years. I've loved working with everyone here, especially this team in general, but I don't think I'll be gone forever. I'm sure that people will pull me back into things. So it's been fun, and I have one last joke for you today, and I scoured the internet for what I thought was going to be good. So we will hope that it works well. But yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Chris and I started this thing a long time ago, and it's just kind of grown into this, and I'm really happy with where we got it. And I know y'all will do a great job keeping it going.
God, how many episodes did we have last season?
40, 39.
Wow, really? Jeez.
No, we
So
did it a
you-
lot.
So you've done just under 50 episodes of Cloud Chats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a few.
Yes. And wrote nearly all of the Kahoot chats. Remember when we used to do the intro videos and then we started season 2 and I was like, no, that's not, I don't have time for that anymore. So we're not doing it. There was I agree with, if that was Amy's kids, I agree.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I
you're
get
getting
it.
a lot of "We'll miss you, Mason" comments in the chats. So
Yeah.
But just know, Mason, your escape plan is not going to work. You are coming back to Cloud Chats.
You know what? I am down to keep doing it as long as people are willing to have me here, because this is fun. And like I kept telling our boss every time, like, you sure you want to keep doing Cloud Chats? I'm like, this is the fun thing I get to do. So all the crappy things that you make me do balance out. So like, no, you don't get to take away Cloud Chats. This is the thing I do for fun. So, or you just have to deal with me complaining a lot more, and that shut them up real quick. Because everyone knows that I'm very candid and I tell you exactly how I feel at all times. So, okay, moving on to our upcoming events, and out of this groovy lo-fi space, we have Kim continuing her Twitch streams. I don't think we have a tech talk next week again, right? Oh no, we do. We have live coding a chat app with AppWrite and React, and I'm assuming this is a dual tech talk with Chris and Brandon Roberts from AppWrite. So Chris, tell us what that's going to be about.
Yes. I forgot it was next week. It's going to be, we're going to build a live real-time chat app with the backend being AppWrite. AppWrite's a cool app that allows for building out really fast backends. So we'll build out the backend, and then we'll just build a React app on top of it and see how we can make a real-time chat app in an hour.
That sounds
Brandon's
cool.
the one that we've talked to when we did Hacktoberfest stuff, right?
Yeah. Brandon joined us
Yeah.
for Hacktoberfest. He's real cool.
He's really cool.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a fun one for sure.
Yeah. Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. Okay. And now we're at the end, and it's time for my last joke of the day. At least last joke of the day as an advocate. I don't know what Matt plans on making me do, but we'll figure that out at a later date. So our last joke of the day, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Ready.
What happens when a frog's car dies? He needs a jump.
Okay.
But what if that doesn't work? What if that doesn't work?
Oh, there's more.
He gets it towed.
Nice.
Oh,
All right.
there it
We
is.
got a
Double pun.
Got him with the Urka jerk.
double pun. There we go. Thank you everyone for tuning in. It's been great, and the team will see you next week. I don't know when I'll see you again. That's up to I don't know. Who knows? Life's a flat circle. No one knows what's happening. So, and the last thing I'll say before I leave is Sweden.
We're gonna miss you,
Bye, y'all.
Mason. We'll see you next
Bye,
week.
everybody.
Mason.
Yeah, we'll miss